Alright, wanted to do a quick video here about Paul's guitar from PRS and some different tuners for it. There's not a lot of information about this on YouTube, and there's not a whole lot of it in some of the conversation threads on the internet, so I figured a quick video about it would be kind of nice to see. So what I've done is on the Paul's guitars, they have vintage style tuners. They use the kind of the best way to describe it, and I may term this incorrectly, but they use ferrules that are basically pressed into the headstock, and then the tuning machine will go up through it and be attached by two screws. And I mean, they're great. They worked fine. The guitar stayed in tune perfectly, but I like the benefits of locking tuners. It's a lot easier to change strings. And then I also wanted to get a little bit nicer looking, a little bit better feeling tuner on there versus the ones that PRS put on there. They felt kind of cheap. They just didn't have quite the look and the feel that I was after. So what I ended up getting is they're made by Gotoh, and I'll focus in on the particular model, and I'll show you what I did with this particular set of tuners. So I'll bring this in closer so you can see the tuners themselves. So here's the front. I went with black. The reason I went with black is it seemed to stick with the theme of the guitar, because the original ones had black. They did have a silver back to them, but I liked this particular set because it does keep some of that silver with it, with the lockers on the back. And we're going to talk in a minute how I installed these, but you'll notice that there's silver screws in there. Those are the original screws from the original tuning machines that were on here. I chose those because they were a little bit longer and a little bit better fit for the existing holes that were there. The tuning machines from Gotoh, I'm going to bring these in so you can see them while I'm talking here, but these did fit really well. Hopefully you can see that okay. That's the model. I have the old tuners in here from what was on the guitar, but there's the model again. So the screws were definitely smaller in this particular set versus the screws that were already in the guitar. They were a little bit shorter than the original screws, and the threads were just a little bit different as well. So that's why I chose to keep those in there. But if you look at it again, I'll bring it back over. It's really cool because it gives it a really nice look, having the silver lockers and then the silver screws to go with it. It gives it a really nice contrast. It makes the guitar look really nice overall. It's got a really nice finished look to it. So I was really happy with it. The one thing that it did change that I was surprised about, and a little bit concerned at first, was that the tuners actually changed the sound of this guitar. The original tuners still had a great sound, but this particular guitar had a little bit of some high end to it that immediately when you plugged it in, I felt like you had to turn the tone down a bit to really get the sounds that I wanted out of it, and probably most other people want out of it. Now what has happened is the entire guitar still has all the sustain and everything, but it's a lot warmer. It has the high end, it seems like, is rolled off naturally on it, so the tone control seems to be a little bit more useful. This might be just this particular guitar, but to me it made it sound even better than it already sounded before, which was amazing. So overall, I'm completely happy with them. They're a good quality tuner. They install fairly easy. You will have to remove the ferrules that are in the guitar because they have a different inside diameter than what the Gotoh tuners are. I was hoping actually that I could leave the silver ferrules in there and then just run the black tuning head through it, but that did not work because there is a different diameter in there. So either way, it still looks great, but I was kind of hoping for that look as well. It's not hard to remove the old ferrules. I actually used an Allen key that was just enough to capture the diameter of the silver ferrules, and you gently, obviously stabilize the guitar, the headstock, and then you just push the Allen key through until that ferrule pops out. You don't want to be using a hammer or pounding on it or anything like that. You basically just want to push it back out the way that it was put in. To install the ferrules, the new ferrules that are in here, is I padded up some channel locks very, very well so that it wouldn't damage the guitar or the ferrules, and press them in that way. You have to do it gently. You don't want to be too quick or possibly damage the headstock, so press those into place. That went quite well. So overall, in my opinion, a better sounding guitar, a better looking finished piece, and the benefits and the advantage of having the locking tuner. So hopefully that helps, guys. I'll finish the video with showing the model number of those tuning machines again, and thanks for watching.